Ananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 20. Does anyone remember what we read yesterday?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Krishna.
We were reading that Bali Maharaj was considering that if he did not fulfill his promise, then he'll become a liar. And then, as we all know, that Prithvi Devi cannot bear the weight of the liar. That's the heaviest to be bared, to be bore. So he was considering, and then he was trying to pacify um, his guru, Shukracharya, by giving different uh, points from the Vedic injunctions as that he should give charity. That is only the right way. And then he also said that it is better for me to, like, if because he was scared of cheating a brahmana. He said that it doesn't matter. He was not scared of dying or getting poor or anything, but he said that if I cheat a brahmana, he was scared of doing that. And then Prabhupada also explains that uh, Bali Maharaj has decided that he is going to give charity to Vaman Dev. So he was trying to pacify his guru and everybody around that, and he was giving different points that looks Vishnu himself has come. Like, no, sorry. If Vishnu himself would have come in his four forms, I still would have given, right? And this is like a little Brahmin who has come in, like, this is a Leela, this is a form of Brahmin. He has come, Vaman Dev. So I have to give. It is not that I will not give. And he said that we all are not going to live very long, anyways. So we have a short, but if I do good work, then our fame remains for a long time. So he was giving different counters, and he was telling from the and he also said that do you know anybody who has given who is whole charity, um, his everything who has given? And then he himself said that Bali Maharaj said that yes, Shukracharya was telling that, do you remember in history anybody that who has given whole of his charity? And then he said, yeah, don't you know Dadichi, and don't you know Shibi Maharaj? So, like, he was quoting the devotees. And it was a, it was like from the Padma Puran also we know that the highest worship is of Lord Vishnu, and those and everything we just have to fulfill, surrender everything to him, and um, please Krishna. So Bali Maharaj was personally trained by Prahlad Maharaj to in all these things, so he knew that what to do, and so he was able to please Krishna. And then Bhakti Vinod Thakur also says that Mare bhi rakhe vijo ichha tumhar. So a pure devotee does not uh, get shattered. He's always taking the shelter of the Lord. And again and again, it is like that he was trying to pacify and convince Shukracharya ji that, you know, I want to do this. Yeah, so that's what we were reading.
Yeah, thank you very much. So let's continue with today's text 14. Shri Shukovacha
Shri Shukha Uvacha
Evam Ashradhitam Shishyam
Evam
एवम्
Ashradhitam
अश्रद्धितं
Shishyam
शिष्यम्
Anadesha Karam Guru
Anadesham Karam
अनादिशकरं
Guru
गुरु
Shashapa Deva Prahitaha
Shashapadeva
शशापदेव प्रहितः
Prahitaha
Satya Sandamanasvinam.
Satyasandram
सत्यसन्धं
Manasvinam.
मनस्विनम्.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Shri Sukadev Goswami continued. Thereafter, the spiritual master Shukracharya, being inspired by the Supreme Lord, cursed his exalted disciple Bali Maharaj, who was so magnanimous and fixed in truthfulness that instead of respecting his spiritual master's instructions, he wanted to disobey his order. The difference between the behavior of Bali Maharaj and that of his spiritual master Shukracharya was that Bali Maharaj had already developed love of Godhead, whereas Shukracharya, being merely a priest of routine rituals, had not. Thus Shukracharya was never inspired by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to develop in devotional service. As stated by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita 10.10, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So Krishna is saying that he, Krishna is in our heart. So when he understands the desire of someone, that one wants to engage in devotional service, then Krishna gives the intelligence of how to engage more and more in devotional service. And those who don't want to, then Krishna gives the understanding to forget him. Krishna says, from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So devotees who actually engage in devotional service with faith and love are inspired by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vaishnavas are never concerned with ritualistic smarta brahmanas. Srila Sanatana Goswami has therefore compiled Hari Bhakti Vilas to guide the Vaishnavas who never follow the smarta vidhi. Although the Supreme Lord is situated in the core of everyone's heart, unless one is a Vaishnav, unless one is engaged in devotional service, one does not get sound advice by which to return home, back to Godhead. Such instructions are meant only for devotees. So Krishna is saying to those who are constantly devoted to serve me with love, I give the intelligence by which they can come to me. So Krishna is giving the intelligence to the devotees how to act. It's Krishna's mercy on the devotees that then they can understand how to increase more and more their love for Krishna, how to engage more and more in devotional service. So therefore in this verse, the word Deva Prahita, being inspired by the Supreme Lord, is important. Shukracharya should have encouraged Bali Maharaj to give everything to Lord Vishnu. This would have been a sign of love for the Supreme Lord. But he did not do so. On the contrary, he wanted to punish his devoted disciple by cursing him. So Krishna is understanding Shukracharya's mood, and so he's inspiring him otherwise. He's inspiring him to curse Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj has love for Krishna. So he's a devotee. So Krishna is inspiring him how to love him more. We can see how Krishna, understanding our desires, inspires us in different ways. Ridam Pandita Mani Agya
Dridam pandita
Pandita
mani
Mani
agya.
Agya
Stabdosi Asmadupekshaya
Stabdo
Sabdosi
asamatupekshaya.
Asmatupekshaya
Machasanate Goyastvam
Matsachan
Machasnati
adigo yastvam.
Achirat Brashyase Shriyaha.
Achirat prashyate
Chiratnasya
sriyaha.
Seshiyaha.
Although you have no knowledge, you have become a so-called learned person. And therefore you dare be so impudent as to disobey my order. Because of disobeying me, you shall very soon be bereft of all your opulence. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that Bali Maharaj was not Pandita Mani, or one who falsely assumes himself learned. Rather, he was Pandita Manyagya, one who is so learned that all other learned persons worship him. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining that it's not that Bali Maharaj is thinking himself, I know so much of Shastra, I know so much of Vedic rules. So that's why he's talking like that. No, He is a devotee of the Lord. And because he's a devotee, so many other learned persons worship him. And because he was so learned, he could disobey the order of his so-called spiritual master. He had no fear of any condition of material existence. He knew how to please Krishna. That's how learned he was. That is real learning, actually, how to please Krishna. And Bali Maharaj could understand that, oh, what Shukracharya, my guru, is telling me, no, that is not how I can please Krishna. That's how he was able to reject what Shukracharya is telling him. You know, somebody may get fearful, oh, my guru may curse me, what's going to happen? But he didn't have that fear. Anyone cared for by Lord Vishnu does not need to care about anyone else, because then he knows he has the supreme shelter. Thus, Bali Maharaj could never be bereft of all opulences. The opulences offered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead are not to be compared to the opulences obtained by Karmakand. In other words, if a devotee becomes very opulent, it is to be understood that his opulence is a gift of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Devotee becomes opulence is a gift from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Any examples? A devotee became opulent.
Dhruv Maharaj.
Dhruv Maharaj. That's right. Dhruv Maharaj. The Supreme Lord gave him the Dhruv planet. Also, in our modern times, Srila Prabhupada became so opulent. He had nothing. He became so opulent as a gift of the Supreme Lord. Such opulence will.
Sudama.
Sudama, that's right. Sudama. Sudama also, yeah. So, because the devotees are completely dependent on Krishna, so Krishna helps. Such opulence will never be vanquished, whereas the opulence achieved by one's fruitive activity may be vanquished at any moment. When we are trying to do rituals to get some opulence, that result is for short time, temporary. But if God Himself gives one opulences, then who can take away that opulence? No one. It's personally given by the Lord. Evam Shabda Swaguruna
Evam
Evam
Shabda
Shabda
Swaguruna
Swaguruna
Satyanna Chalito Mahan
Satyatra
Satyana
Chalito
Charitu
Mahan
Mahan
Vamanaya Dadav Enam
Vamanaya Dadav Enam
Archit Vodakapurvakam.
Architavu
Architvodaka Purvakam.
Sukadev Goswami continued, even after being cursed in this way by his own spiritual master, Bali Maharaj, being a great personality, never deviated from his determination. Therefore, according to custom, he first offered water to Vamandev and then offered him the gift of land he had promised. So, although his guru has cursed him, he's not shaken up. You know, he's not in anxiety, he's not become fearful. He says he's still going ahead to fulfill his promise to Vamandev. So first offered water to Vamandev and then he gave him the gift. Vindhyavalisthadagatya
Vindhyasvali Tatha Agatya
Patni Jalakamalini
Patni
Patni
Jatakamani
Jalakamalini
Aninye Kalasham Hemam
Anini
Anini
Kalasham
Kalasam
Hemam
Hemam
Avane Jani Apambritam.
Avne
Avani
Jani
Jani Apamritam.
Apamritam.
Bali Maharaj's wife, known as Vindhyavali, who was decorated with a necklace of pearls, immediately came and had a large golden water pot brought there full of water with which to worship the Lord by washing his feet. So Bali Maharaj's wife, she also is coming to worship Lord Vamandev. And it's specifically mentioned that she is wearing a necklace of pearls. Vindhyavali, she's wearing a necklace of pearls, and she's asking for a big water pot, which is golden water pot, to worship the Lord's lotus feet. Yajamana swayam tasya
Yajamana
Yamana
Swayam
tasya
Srimad Padayugam Muda
Srimad Padayugam
Srimad-Padayugam
Muda
Muda
Avani Jyavahan Murdhani
Avani Jayat
Avanijavahan
Avanija Avahat
Murtini
Murdhni
Tat Apo Vishwapavanihi.
Tat
Tat
Apo Vishwapavanihi.
Bali Maharaj, the worshipper of Lord Vamandev, jubilantly washed the Lord's lotus feet and then took the water on his head, for that water delivers the entire universe. Right? The water which has washed the Lord's lotus feet. We know popularly as what? The water that has washed the Lord's lotus feet. How
Ganga.
is, I'm sorry?
Is it Ganga?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's Ganga. So here we see also the character of the wife of Bali Maharaj. You know, she's faithful to him, right? She's not saying, oh, you're giving away everything. Now I don't want to be with you. She's in fact helping Bali Maharaj in his worship of Lord Vamandev. Isn't it? Yeah. Tada
That means
Sure.
she's also a devotee, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's right.
Devotee and a chaste wife, no?
Chaste wife, yeah. We don't know if she's a devotee or no, but she's surely chaste because she's following Bali Maharaj's desire, you know. So chaste for sure. You know, somebody else may have said, oh, what is this? You're giving away everything. How are you going to give me all the riches now? What's going to happen to me? Tada Surendram Devi Devata Gana
Tada Surendram
Devasagana
Devitagana
Gandharva Vidyadhara Siddhacharanaha
Gandharva
Gandharva
Vidyadharasitacharana
Vidyadharasitacharana
Tatkarma Sarve Pigrananta Archavam
Tatkarma
Tatkarma Sarvepi Grinanta
Arjavam
Arjavam
Prasuna Varsher Vavrasur Mudanditaha
Prasuna
Prasuna
Varsheva
Varsheva Vrishur
Mudanditaha.
Mudanditaha.
At that time, the residents of the higher planetary system, namely the demigods, the Gandharvas, the Vidyadharas, the Siddhas, and the Charanas, all being very pleased by Bali Maharaj's simple, non-duplicitous act, praised his qualities, and showered upon him millions of flowers. Arjavam, simplicity or freedom from duplicity, is a qualification of a Brahmana and a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava automatically acquires all the qualities of a Brahmana. So here, all these great personalities have come to congratulate Bali Maharaj on his simplicity, to glorify his simplicity, to praise his simplicity. Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, demigods, the Siddhas, the Charanas. So, non-duplicitous. A Vaishnav automatically acquires all the qualities of a Brahmana. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akanchana sarver gunes tatra samasate sura. Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, Text 12. A Vaishnav should possess the Brahmanical qualities such as Satya, Shama, Dama, Titiksha, and Arjava. There cannot be any duplicity in the character of a Vaishnava. When Bali Maharaj acted with unflinching faith and devotion unto the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, this was very much appreciated by all the residents of the higher planetary system. So Bali Maharaj, he's acting in a righteous way, simple way. He's keeping his promise. He promised, so he's like, I've promised already. I need to keep my promise. And this is being praised by the demigods. Truthful, patient, tolerant. These are the qualities of a Brahmana. Simple, simplicity. And Bali Maharaj is portraying such qualities. So by giving, although his guru has still told him all your opulences will go away, in fact, he's become even more famous because he's protected by the Lord himself. He's pleasing the Lord. So we can see here, like a comparison. His guru is telling him to material things. He's saying no. His guru is cursing him. And because he's pleasing Krishna, is becoming more famous, more opulent. Nedur muhurdundubaya sahasrasho
Nedurmuhurdundupaya sahasrasho
Gandharva Kimpurusha Kinnarajagu
Gandharva Kimpurusha Kinnara Jagu
Manasvinanena Kritam Sudushkaram
Manasvinanena Kritam Sudushkaram
Vidwan Adadya Tripave Jagatrayam.
Vidvan Adadya Ripave Jagatrayam.
The Gandharvas, the Kimpurushas, and the Kinnaras sounded thousands and thousands of kettle drums and trumpets again and again. And they sang in great jubilation, declaring how exalted a person is Bali Maharaj and what a difficult task he has performed. Even though he knew that Lord Vishnu was on the side of his enemies, he nonetheless gave the Lord the entire three worlds in charity. So we can see the the demigods are actually praising Bali Maharaj. They're supposed to be enemies, right? Bali Maharaj is a demon. He's the enemy of the demigods. He's taken away the kingdom of the demigods. He's taken away their planets. He's ruling them. Now these same demigods are praising Bali Maharaj. So they are also like, wow, what he did was not easy. Not everyone can do that. Barely anyone can do that. It's so difficult. He knew that Lord Vishnu is taking our side, that he was siding with his enemies, and yet he's given the promise of this three steps. He knew that the three worlds are going to be taken away from him, yet he's like, okay, whatever Lord Vishnu desires. So here by the demigods saying that, Bali Maharaj knew everything is going to go away now. But he's like, it's okay. It's okay. Lord Vishnu's desire is like this, so I will do it. Comments? Questions?
He
Certainly
gave
not
himself.
easy. Yeah.
He gave himself to the Lord, yeah, which very difficult. No one can do it.
Right? That's what.
Yeah,
It's very difficult. Not
very.
easy at all. That all what you own, what you possess, it will be taken away. No. But this. So then someone will say, oh, anyway, my guru is saying don't give, don't give. So yes, I will follow my guru and not give it.
Obey, yeah.
So let's see. That's why he's called he's one of the Mahajans. Tadvama nam rupam avardhatadbhutam
तद्वामनं रूपम्
avardhat
अवर्धयत् अभूतम्
bhutam
Hare Anantasya Gunatrayatmakam
हरेर्
anantasya
अनन्तस्य गुणात्रयात्मकम्
Bukham Dishodyor Vivarapayodhayas
bhukam dishodyo
दिशोर्विवरापयोध्य
Tiryan Deva Rishayo Yad Asata
tiryanirdeva
भारसयो
rishayo
यद् असातता
the unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead who had assumed the form of Vamandev, then began increasing in size, acting in terms of the material energy, until everything in the universe was within his body, including the earth, the planetary systems, the sky, the directions, the various holes in the universe, the seas, the oceans, the birds, beasts, human beings, the demigods, and the great saintly persons. Bali Maharaj wanted to give charity to Vamandev, but the Lord expanded his body in such a way that he showed Bali Maharaj that everything in the universe is already in his body. Actually, no one can give anything to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for he is full in everything. Sometimes we see a devotee offering Ganges water to the Ganges. After taking his bath in the Ganges, a devotee takes a palmful of water and offers it back to the Ganges. Actually, when one takes a palmful of water from the Ganges does not lose anything. And similarly, if a devotee offers a palmful of water to the Ganges does not increase in any way. But by such an offering, the devotee becomes celebrated as a devotee of Mother Ganges. So, you know, when we are doing Ganga Snan, customers will take a little bit of water of Ganga itself in the hand and offer it back to Ganga Devi. So when one is taking the water in the palm, doesn't mean that Ganga has become less. And when we are offering it back to her, doesn't mean she's becoming more. So similarly, when we offer anything with devotion and faith, what we offer does not belong to us, nor does it enrich the opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if one offers whatever he has in his possession, he becomes a recognized devotee. So just as one is called a devotee of Mother Ganga when he's offering some water to Ganga, similarly, when one is offering something to God, to Krishna, out of love and devotion, we are not offering anything that's belonging to us actually. It already belongs to Krishna. Right? We think it belongs to us. But actually it all belongs to Krishna himself. And if one is offering anything with love to Krishna, then he gets celebrated as a devotee. So, in fact, the person gets glorified by offering to Krishna. Krishna is always glorious. So, in this regard, the example is given that when one's face is decorated with a garland and sandalwood pulp, the reflection of one's face in a mirror automatically becomes beautiful. So, when we do makeup, our reflection automatically looks beautiful, right? In the mirror. We don't have to put makeup to the reflection. We put makeup on our face and the reflection looks beautiful. Similarly, offer anything to Krishna and the devotee gets glorified, becomes more famous, becomes worshipable. The devotee becomes worshipable. The original source of everything is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is our original source also. Therefore, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead is decorated, the devotees and all living entities are decorated automatically. Right? When one is worshipping the Lord, then the devotee gets glorified as a devotee. He becomes famous as a devotee. He gets worship as a devotee. He gets all the good qualities. So we can see that when actually one becomes a devotee, one has everything to gain actually. Kaye balistasya mahavibhute
काये बलिस्तस्य महाविभूते
sahatvik acharya sadasya etat
सहत्विक आचार्य सदस्य एतत्
tadarsha vishvam trigunam gunatmake
ददर्श विश्वं त्रिगुणं गुणात्मके
bhutendriyarthashaya jiva yuktam
भूतेन्द्रियाकाशय
जीवयुक्तम्
Bali Maharaj, along with all the priests, acharyas, and members of the assembly, observed the Supreme Personality of Godhead's universal body, which was full of six opulences. That body contained everything within the universe, including all the gross material elements, the senses, the sense objects, the mind, intelligence, and false ego, the various kinds of living entities, and the actions and reactions of the three modes of material nature. In Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Personality of Godhead says, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo, Mata Sarvam Pravartate. Krishna is the origin of everything. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Krishna is everything. Matsthani Sarvabhutani, Na Chaham Teshva Avastita. Everything rests in the body of the Lord. Yet the Lord is not everywhere. Mayavadi philosophers think that since the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, has become everything, he has no separate existence. Their philosophy is called Advaitavad. Actually, however, their philosophy is not correct. Here, Bali Maharaj was the seer of the personality of Godhead's universal body, and that body was that which was seen. Thus, there is Dvaitavad. There are always two entities, the seer and the seen. So, the Lord is there and the devotee is there. The Lord is there and Bali Maharaj is there who is seeing the Lord. So, there is two, the Lord and the devotee. The seer is a part of the whole, but he is not equal to the whole. The part of the whole, the seer, is also one with the whole. But since he is but a part, he cannot be the complete whole at any time. So we are always part and parcel of God. Never at any time are we going to become God. Only God is always God. We are his parts and parcel. This is Achintya Bheda Abheda. Simultaneous oneness and difference is a perfect philosophy propounded by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Is that okay? The seen and the seer. The Lord is also there, the devotee is also there. Here Bali Maharaj is seeing everything inside the Lord's body. And he is also there. He's part and parcel
So
of
the
God.
seer is the living entity,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Seeing
Seer
is
is the living entity. Yeah. Is this long or short? Okay, this is a short one. All right. Rasam achashtam giritale thapadayor
rasa
Achastam giritale tapadayo
Mahim Mahidran Purushasya Jangayo.
Mahi Mahitara
Mahindra
Purushasya Jangayo
Tatrino Januni Vishwamurte.
Tatrino Jani Vishwamurtara
Urvorganam Marutam Indrasenaha.
Purvaganam Marutam Indusenam.
Thereafter, Bali Maharaj, who was occupying the seat of Indra, King Indra, could see the lower planetary systems, such as Rasatal, on the soles of the feet of the Lord's universal form. He saw on the Lord's feet the surface of the globe, on the surface of his calves, all the mountains, on his knees, the various birds, and on his thighs, the varieties of air. The universal situation is described herein in regard to the complete constitution of the Lord's gigantic universal form. The study of this universal form begins from the soul. Above the soles are the feet. Above the feet are the calves. Above the calves are the knees. And above the knees are the thighs. Thus, the parts of the universal body, one after another, are described herein. The knees are the place of birds, and above that are varieties of air. The birds can fly over the mountains, and above the birds are varieties of air. So here, that's what is being said, that the soles on the feet was Rasatal, like all the lower planets, Talatal, Rasatal, all those. Then the feet are on the earth. Also on feet, Lord's feet, the surface of the globe. So on the Lord's feet, the surface of the, so that's the earthly planet. Okay, then on the surface of the calves. So then on the calves are the mountains. The birds fly above the mountains. So his knees. So we see that on the earth there are mountains, right? Then above the mountains the birds are flying, and above the birds there are the air. So that's how it's going, from the feet to the calves to the knees to the thighs, one higher than the other. Is that okay?
Yeah. He's showing us universal form.
Yeah,
Right?
that's right. He's showing the universal form. So just like as our feet are, soles of the feet are down, then we have feet, then we have our calves, knees, thighs. So here, Bali Maharaj is seeing the universal form of the Lord. Everything belongs to the Lord. And then out of illusion only we are thinking it belongs to us. But Bali Maharaj has love for Krishna. When we love somebody, then we want to give them what we have. Here, Bali Maharaj has love for Krishna. That's how he's like, whatever Krishna, whatever you want, my Lord. When we love somebody, then we want to give them, right?
Yeah.
So here, Bali Maharaj has love for Lord Vishnu. That's how he's able to give everything he has to the Lord. It's out of love. Because one may think it's coming from a place of renunciation, that one is so renounced that, okay, anyway, I'm going to die. Anyway, it's going to be taken away from me. But here, earlier we read, Prabhupada mentions that it is because he loves Lord Vishnu. So because of this love, he is giving it. Stop here for today. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.